Hi friends, it's Donna and it is day 13 of our Be Fit in 30 challenge. Today we are going to work on Pilates. Totally excited. Pilates is one of my very favorite ways to work out, and it's what is considered a mind-body discipline. So that just means you have to really think about what you're doing, kind of be in your body, and intentionally create some dynamic tension in your body as you go through. And I'll remind you of that and what that feels like and all of that as we go. Pilates is also all about your core. So the core are the muscles, of course, in your abdominals and your back, your hips, and you probably didn't know this, but the core is also the pelvic floor. So what do I mean by the pelvic floor? We all know what a Kegel is, right? So it's that sensation that you get when you're trying to stop that flow of urine. So I want you to imagine, just kind of feel that for a second. I want you to do your Kegel, but I also want you to pull a tight belt around your waist. So when you can do both of those and engaging the core and pulling that tight belt around the waist is just that sensation, like if someone were to come at you and wanted to punch you in the stomach and you would engage. So you're engaged and pulling up at the same time. And when you can get both of those going at the same time, and you're intentionally, mindfully thinking about the deep core muscles engaged, those are, again, just the deepest core muscles of your body. Core muscles are stabilizers in your body. So the stronger your core muscles are, the more functionality you're going to get in everyday life. In other words, everyday movement is going to become easier. You're going to reduce your risk of injury. Okay. And so again, the best way to train your abs is to stabilize them a little deeper. And that's what we do in Pilates. Okay. So let's get started. Come into your mat. We're going to be on our mats the entire time. So getting comfortable on your mat, we're going to go ahead and take one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. Now in Pilates, we do what's called thoracic breathing. So that means we just move the rib cage and try to keep the abdominals still. Try to keep that tight belt sensation, around your waist the entire time as you inhale and exhale. And then on the exhale, you really want to tune into that tighter belt sensation and that pulling up in the pelvic floor or your Kegels, okay? So here's your hand and here's your hand. We're only going to let that top hand move. So we're going to inhale. And on the exhale, squeeze your tight belt, pull up in your pelvic floor. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale and exhale. Tighter, tighter, tighter. One more. Inhale. And cinch that belt and get that Kegel. All right. Those are the deepest muscles of your core. And I would encourage you to practice that kind of breathing and practice the Kegel and the tight belt every day. Maybe do 10 breaths before you get out of bed or before you fall asleep at night. Great habit to get into. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. Remember, core strength, pelvic, floor lifted. Reach the arms over your head, and we're just going to go ahead and pull the arms up and down. Keep your strong, engaged core. Inhale back, exhale lower. So moving through for some shoulder mobility and just kind of a good warm-up move for us. Here, okay, imagine you're pressing your arms through thick mud. Press through, create some intentional dynamic tension in your body, or, just create some contraction there. Resistance, press through thick mud. Reach back through thick mud. And one more. Good. Great for your shoulder mobility, you guys. Bring your hands to the center. Turn your palms in. Now we're going to move through the shoulder girdle in a different way. Up and down. Reach the fingertips up like somebody's pulling your fingers up toward the ceiling, creating kind of roundedness in the upper back and shoulders, and then let your shoulders kind of melt back into the mat again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale. So this is really nice just to get tension out of the shoulders and back as well. Nice job. One more. Reach. Good. Now let's take one arm up and one arm down. Circle big on the floor and back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. center. How's your core? Cinch that belt in a little tighter. Pull up in your pelvic floor and try to really keep it there. Try to keep that good mind-body connection going. One more time. And very nice. Bring the hands down to your sides. And we're going to go ahead and move on to some bridge work. So bring the feet in nice and close to your hips. Press your hands into the ground and peel your spine up off the floor. Just squeeze those glutes up and under. Take a breath. Cinch that belt around your waist. Pull up in your Kegels and lower down. Roll your spine one vertebrae to the floor. And again, press it back up again, peeling off the floor. Cinch your waist in. Do your Kegels and hold. And lower down. Let's do one more. Press it up. Okay, lots of focus and concentration. Squeeze those glutes under. Tight belt. Do a Kegel and lower yourself back to the floor. Let's go ahead and roll up again. This time I want you to bring your leg to tabletop, and we're just going to do a couple little lifts here, really getting into the glutes. Good job. Couple more. Awesome. Right there. Bring it down. Get that other leg in tabletop and press it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it down. Now we're going to do one more thing here. Lift those hips. Keep them up. Reach the legs straight up, and let's point and flex on the way up. Let's just do 5 on each side. Lower and lift. 2 more and lift. Last one and lift. Bring that leg down, extending the other leg. Let's point it out. Flex it up. How's your tight belt? Keep your focus. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Good stretch right there. A nice little warm up for those legs as well. Bring it down. Push those hips back up and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Feels really nice. To the low back. Let's hug those knees in now. Stretch out that low back. Then take your knees and circle them around. Get that little massage in your spine. It feels good. Speaking of spine, we're going to go ahead and do some spine stretch next. So we're going to roll up. Back a little bit. Bring the feet out in front, and you're going to have a little bend in your knees. Reach your arms out in front. So you want to have like your body like a square shape here. Take a deep breath. Remember we talked about the big beach ball in your lap? We're going to round over it. Open up your spine. Feel each vertebrae opening behind you. Reach for your toes. And then go ahead and stack that spine up again. Another really good benefit of Pilates is spine health. Taking good care of your spine. Because your spine has neural grooves to every part of your body, so we want to make sure we're taking good care of it, right? So push your back out like you're curling over a big beach ball. Reach for the toes. Take a nice deep breath and then stack your way back up again. And one more time, push your spine out. Reach for your toes. And go ahead and stack it up again. Let's do a saw. Okay, so now this time your legs are apart, feet are flexed. Arms come out. We're going to twist from the waist and then reach your pinky finger for your pinky toe and look behind you. Getting some nice rotation in your spine now. The other way, reach for that toe, look behind you. And if you can't quite reach all the way for the foot, that's okay. Just reach, twist, and look behind as you stay lifted. Exhale, and just look over that shoulder. The main thing is you want to twist from the waist and try to keep your hips nailed into the floor. And if you can get that, reach. Let's do it one more time. Reach. Just gives you a nice little extra stretch in the hips and the hamstrings. Reach past that toe and up. Okay, good stuff for your spine. Don't ever neglect the health of your spine. Okay, let's go ahead and do what's called a roll up next. We've done these before, I think in one of our AMRAPs. So arms are going to come over the hut. Take a breath in to prepare and exhale and roll up. Reach for the toes, keep your back rounded, and then stack it up. Come into a flat back and tuck and roll back to the floor. Okay, if it's too much to get yourself up, you might bend your knee and help yourself up that way. That works. Or you might just come halfway back and just roll back up again. I'm gonna come off the camera here. All right, so either rolling all the way through, tuck and roll in your spine, or just come halfway back. It's totally fine. Roll up. But this one is really nice if you can just really mindfully get into it. Think about each part of it. Flat back, tuck my chin, and roll down on my spine, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, exhale to prepare, and reach for the toes. Over my beach ball, stretch out those hamstrings. Roll back up, stacking my spine, one on top of the other, one vertebrae on top of the other. Nice flat back, working my abs a little bit more here, and then I'm going to tuck my chin and roll down on my spine. Inhale to prepare, exhale, rise up, reach for the toes. Push my back out as I round back up, stack it up. Now I'm a square from the side. Flat back, tuck, and roll. Let's do one more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll up. Reach for the toes. Push my back out as I roll up and stack my spine. Nice flat back. Tuck my chin and roll out. All right, very good, you guys. Roll overs are next. You'll give it a try. If you feel like it's too much, just stick with roll ups we're only gonna do 3 rollovers, but I do wanna give you something that you can work towards. If you feel like, you know, it's too much for you right now, keep practicing and trying it, because again, this is another great one for core strength and spine health, sorry. Press your hands into the ground. Legs are in tabletop. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, reach the legs up. Now use the strength of your core to pull your hips up and over, just parallel to the floor with those feet. Don't touch your feet to the floor. Flex your feet, open your legs, and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Absolutely love this one. This is another one that you can really mindfully get into. Exhale, pull over, flex, open, roll down one vertebrae at a time. It's the strength of your core that controls the speed of that roll out. Inhale, exhale, roll over, flex your feet open, and slowly with control, rolling out. Hug your knees in. And we're going to work on our abdominals a little bit more here, working on what's called supine work. Okay, so legs are going to go to tabletop position. Arms come over your head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, reach past your hips. Keep the base of your shoulder blades on the ground. Make sure your knees are right over your hips. You don't want them in towards the chest. Push them back. It's going to engage the abdominals a little bit more. Reach past your hips and engage your core, okay? We're going to extend one leg and then the other. So this is called our single leg stretch. We're just keeping the legs within the frame of the body and pointing that toe out. Engaging the legs, nice and strong. Intentional about that dynamic tension you're creating in the muscles. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Couple more. Good job. Hug your knees into your chest and let your head come to the floor. Take your head from side to side. I know the neck can get kind of tired, held up like that. So we just kind of rest it out a little bit here as we hug our knees. Feel the effects of the work every time you come to rest and refuel. Legs come to tabletop, arms overhead. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, reach for the outsides of the knees. Try to keep the shoulder blades on, base of the shoulder blades on the floor. Inhale, then exhale, both legs come out, arms extend and come in. So this is our double leg stretch. Out and in. Strong tight belt sensation around the waist. Try and get your Kegels going. Exhale out, inhale in. Exhale out. Strong legs, right? Squeeze your legs together as you reach them out. How about two more? Last one. Hug your knees. Let your head relax. Take your head from side to side if you need to. And we're going to move into crisscross next. Crisscross is all about the obliques. So we're going to be tabletop again. Hands come behind the head this time, elbows are wide, and we'll take the elbow across towards, reaching toward that knee, not necessarily touching it. Try to keep this opposite elbow on the ground, and you're trying to get the shoulder actually across the midline of the body. Inhale to center, exhale to switch. Inhale to center, exhale to switch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, let your head rest in your hands so that you don't have that achy neck going on. And we can do a couple more because of that. Exhale, over, inhale, center. Exhale, over, inhale, center. Good job. Let's do a couple more. Last one on each side. Hugging those knees. Excellent. Take a little break. Arms come out to the side this time, and we're going to take the legs straight up to the sky and do what's called a corkscrew. So we're just circling, drawing a circle on the ceiling, and then reversing the circle. So we go to the right, and then we go to the left. Now remember what we said about stabilizing the muscle. The core muscles are stabilizers. You can really feel the stabilizing effect of the core when you do these corkscrew. Everything is still in the abdominals, and it's the stability of the core that allows your legs to do that motion. And you can feel the abs working, but I really want you to tune in now. Deep core muscles, circle those legs around and circle. Let's do a couple more. Tight belt sensation going on. Last one. Now bend the knees, and we're going to take it over to one side and pull back to the center. Drop it over to the other side and pull back to the center. If you want more challenge, the legs can be straight, and you can drop from side to side. Woo! So good stuff here for the obliques. And pull. Remember to inhale as you lower. Exhale as you pull. Feel the strength of your core pulling the legs back to the center. Do a couple more. How about one more on each side? Reach it out. Again, the knees can be bent if you need that modification. Nice. Hug. Breathe. Feel the effects of the work in your core. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get those legs straight up again. We're going to move into some scissors. So reach past the legs. Remember the shoulder, base of the shoulder blades is always on the floor. Tight belt. And drop one leg and switch. And two. And switch. And three. And switch. And four. Breathe. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Good job. Both legs to the sky. Hands behind the head. Double straight leg stretch. Turn a little bit. So we're just going to reach those legs out and pull back to the center. Now, of course, if it bothers your lower back, because this can, just come halfway down. Be in tune with how you're doing here. Squeeze your legs together like a zipper. Zips those legs together, and you're squeezing and reaching, squeezing the inner thighs together and lifting and lowering. Feel the deep core muscles here. You feel that? Tune into it. Don't just mindlessly go through, the motions when you're working out. You want to really tune in. Can we do 4 more? Come on, let's do this. 4 more. 3, 2, and beautiful work, you guys. Hug, feel, and relax. Okay, let's go ahead and come on up, and we're going to move into doing some all fours. Bird dog is really good for the back. We really worked some good core going on right there. So let's work our back a little bit here. Hands, get down on your hands and knees, and we'll reach the leg, right leg and the left arm. Just hold it there. Notice how that engages the muscles that surround the spine. You feel that there? Hold it. Pull in your belly, lower down, switch it out. Hold it. Pull the belly into the spine. Notice how that, creates that work in the back, and lower. This time let's reach around and touch the foot, and out and down. Reach out, touch your foot, reach back. Good job. 1 more on each side. Awesome. Last one. Reach, and good job. A little cat-cow just to stretch that out a bit. Good job. Last one. Awesome. All right, we're going to move into what's called the sideline work next. So we're going to be working our hips. So go ahead and lay down on one side. Up on your elbow is fine, or you can just totally lay down on your arm if you'd rather be on, totally on the floor. Otherwise, elbow, make sure you have lots of space between the ear and the shoulder. Legs are stacked. Let's pull those legs forward. So you're in a little bit of a pike position here. We're just going to lift and then flex and pull down. Reach up and pull down. So the bottom leg is also engaged. Okay, so strong, tight leg. You're squeezing the legs together. Pulling up, squeezing together. This knee is facing the front wall, so we don't want it to rotate to the ceiling. Keep the hip internally rotated and keep the work in the hip. That's what we're after. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Let's go 4 more. Squeeze those legs together. Excellent job. Now lift, bend, and extend. Lift, bend, and extend. Call the passe, and reach it out. Lift, bend, and extend. Lift, bend, reach it out. How's that lower leg? Is it still tight and strong? Make sure you got both legs working, even though this one's not moving. It's still tight, strong, and working. 1 more. Good. All right, now we're going to circle right from the hip. 3, 4, 5, 6, and go the other way. 2, good job. Right in the hip. Feel it. Focus, mind-body connection. Good job. Now take your leg forward and back. Flex it forward, point it back. So this is some really good hip mobility going on right here. Try not to move anything else in your body, just that leg forward, back. Very nice. Okay, bring those legs together and pound that out a little bit. We'll do the other side real quick. So again, on the elbow, legs, stack the hips, the knees, the ankles, little pike position, lots of space between ear and shoulder. Up, flex and pull, and 2. All right, how's that lower leg? Let's keep it nice and strong. Squeeze those legs together. Remember we talked about thick mud? Imagine your leg is pushing and pulling through thick mud, and there's some resistance to it. So we're mindfully creating dynamic tension. There it is. How about 4 more? 1, pull together. 3, and 4, good. Passe, lift, bend, extend. Try to keep, again, that knee pointing to the front wall as you lift and extend. Lift up. Good job. Lift and extend. A couple more. Yeah, it's starting to burn. It's supposed to. Remember, when you get to that point where you feel like, I can't do anymore, try to do 2 more. And then you know you really pushed it to the edge. Right? Okay, good. Circle. 1, 2, 3. Right from the hip. Reach it longer. Imagine someone's pulling your foot, making your leg even longer. And last 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And flex forward, point back. So you're getting some nice stretch in the hip flexor here. And some nice stretch in the hamstring on the way up. And working on hip mobility. Remember, we want to move through full range of motion in our joints so we don't lose the range of motion as we get older. 2 more. Last 1. All right, pound that out a little bit. Go ahead and come to your belly. We've got to work our low back a little bit, and then we'll be almost done. All right, so arms come out to your sides, look down toward the mat, reach your toes, press your hips into the ground, and just lift the upper body and lower. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Reach those toes longer. Reach your head nice and long as well. Good job. 1 more. And now this time we're going to reach the right arm out, left arm down, and switch. And switch. And reach. Go ahead, if you want more challenge, you can lift your feet off the ground as well. And keep that extension constant in the back now as you reach through with the arms. Last 2, last 1, hands come to the front, and let's lift the legs up, flex your feet, beat the heels together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's go for 20. Okay, really squeeze it, making it count. 4, 5, just 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Reach the arms out, legs out. We'll go into swimming next. So swimming, you're gonna lift the upper body and lower body, and just the arms and legs go, like you're swimming. Last one. And go ahead and rise up. Sit back on your heels and come into child's and stretch your back out. Take a few deep breaths here. Great opportunity to just tune in to how you're feeling. Feel the effects of the work. Now take and move. We're going to move into pigeon just to stretch out the hips a little bit from all that hip work. So bring it forward and give yourself a little stretch. Just take a few breaths here. Tune into the stretch. Feel all that good sensation everywhere in your body. Give your mind a little break. Try not to think about anything too much other than just the sensations in your body. You want to feel more than you do think, okay, at this point. And that will usher in healing into your body. Do the other side. Got to give your mind a break, right? I know I've talked about that before, but it is so important. Oh my gosh, because we have so many thoughts that go crazy in our head all day long, especially when we get caught up in just stuff going on. It's good just to kind of set that all aside and just try to feel. I hope that makes sense. Feel your body, allow healing to enter your body because you know, all that stressful thinking causes problems in our bodies. All right, now let's go ahead and come into our downward facing dog. Hanging forward. Walk your feet up to your hands. Spread your toes nice and wide on the floor. Come into a forward fold. And we're going to go ahead and roll up nice and slow. So when you're ready, bend your knees slightly and just let your upper body completely hang limp as you round up in your back. One vertebrae at a time, rolling up. Good. Mid-back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. Roll those shoulders back. Check out your posture. Make sure the shoulders are down, the hips are tucked, the knees are slightly bent. You want to practice good posture on a regular basis. Take a breath in and out. And Pilates is going to help give you that good posture. All right, and good posture is just really important. You know, bad posture causes a lot of different health issues, and so we can, again, just reduce our risk of different health issues caused from posture by, you know, practicing Pilates and yoga and stuff like that. So you guys, good job today. I know it went a little bit longer than usual, but Pilates is just such a great way to work out, to be mindful, and to get a little bit of active recovery into and take it down a little notch from some of the higher intensity stuff. So good job. We'll see you tomorrow.